and she is the kindest soul with the largest heart, and she's smart. I worked a rhyme in there. She's a medium and healer and teacher in the community, and she always has words that I want to hear. So let's welcome warmly Robin Matuino.
Shall we dance? Good morning. It's good to see all your smiling faces here today. I want to thank Spirit, thank the pastors for inviting me, but most of all, I want to invite all of you for being here today and allowing me to share with you from the heart, actually. And I want to say that the theories and the beliefs that I'm going to share with you this morning are my own, and they're born from my own search, my own spiritual development, and may not necessarily conform to a spiritualist tradition, but I'm going to share with you nonetheless. I've been on my conscious spiritual path for a lot of years, and at this point I've developed my own beliefs and practices and things that resonate with me. And I've created my own daily interaction with Spirit that fits my heart and fits my commitment to walking a spiritual path. I'm now focused on the living in accordance part, meaning I'm not so concerned with learning new traditions or points of view as I am living the beliefs I've already adopted in my life on a daily basis. And when I sat down with Spirit to listen for a clue about what I was going to speak about today, I heard very clearly one word, and it was change. Now, my own healing is my motivation, and I keep my heart open, and I'm willing to learn more. But in life, one thing I have learned is that the only real constant is change. And so we're always being faced with new things. But we seem to be living in an extraordinary time. There's certainly no lack of change occurring in our world. Every aspect of life, in fact, seems to be undergoing some sort of major upheaval or revision. In a global world where every one of us is affected, we have, just to name a few of the major things we're all being impacted by every day, and that is economic turbulence, trade tensions, energy transitions, and security concerns. Technological advancements in our world are changing our workforce. It's evolving. Our geopolitical instability and conflicts affect everyone. Climate change or environmental challenges affect us all. Demographic shifts and social dynamics are certainly something that we're dealing with today. The digitalization and privacy concerns of our data. And I'm just naming a few things, major things, that are impacting us every single day. The list goes on. But the time period that we're living in right now does seem to be and is a culmination of many cycles that are coming together at this point in time. We're all living on the planet to experience a very interesting time in the evolution of our humanity. And with the earth reflects our inner collective state of being. We just look at the earth and we see there's an intensity occurring on the planet today. Earth's experiencing more intense hurricanes, tsunamis, droughts, fires, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and all seem to be of a greater magnitude than we've been used to up to this point. One wise person, Nikola Tesla, said that in order for us to understand our world and the universe, that we must understand it from a perspective of energy, vibration, and frequency. So one way to analyze the current environment of change and everything is that everything vibrates. We can look at the metaphysical science of astrology, and that holds a few clues as to what we're navigating this year in 2025. As the term implies, the music of the spheres describes a phenomenon created by planetary bodies that are emitting frequency and vibration, and it affects us all. We live on planet Earth. We're seeing major shifts in planetary placements in the years 2025 and 2026. And whether you're traditional Vedic or sidereal astrologers, they're all speaking very much the same in excited tones about the magnitude of the changes that we could expect this year. Some planetary cycles are so rare that the changing and evolving of the time frames is longer than a human lifespan. So none of us have really been around to see exactly how this is all going to play out, because at least one of these cycles hasn't changed for 165 years. Today happens to be a new moon, by the way. Perfect beginning for new beginnings. Just want to put that out there. But just to name a couple of the changes that stuck out for me as I was looking at and being informed by what's going on, is that Neptune is entering Aries. 14 years we're going to deal with that. So that's something major that's happening if it's going to be affecting us for 14 years. 2025 is expected to be a pivotal year with major energetic changes that could coincide with periods of civil unrest and significant social upheaval. I think we're already seeing that. Saturn entering Aries encourages us to create solid new foundations for new endeavors and to balance our ambition with responsibility. Uranus, the harbinger of innovation and disruption, enters Gemini, and that's a sign of communication, and that's going to happen in July. And this transit is expected to revolutionize how we exchange information, potentially leading to breakthroughs in the media, technology in the media, and education. This alignment has seen significant advancements in the past, first with the radio and then with the internet. So imagine what we're in store for this time around, because cycles repeat. And the last time we were here, we were also experiencing the American Civil War. So we can all choose how we respond to the coming days, and we can either come from a place of fear or a place of love. These ripples of the changing energies seem to be driving a need for us all to make mental, emotional, and physical changes in our own lives and in our own belief systems in order for us to be able to stay grounded and to stay balanced within ourselves as we navigate these times. The significant and shocking truth bombs that we're getting every day in the media, I'm sure you've all noticed, means that virtually everything we think and everything we have thought up to this time is up for review. We live in an extraordinary time of change. In the words of David Bowie's songs, changes, right? It's time to face the strange. And that is the lyric, by the way. The next impression that I received in that silent moment with Spirit was a gentle reminder that the only thing any of us can control about these changes that I'm talking about are the way that we respond rather than react. And finding our way through this chaos in these times could be difficult if we choose to address life from a fearful perspective. If we allow the fear of change or the personal differences to divide us, we're never going to find unity. Imagine, it was the perfect song, imagine what would change for the better if we began choosing to see all of the events that occur in our lives from a place of faith in God, love, and potential opportunity for real personal growth rather than an excuse to be angry at somebody out there. Imagine if we choose love, if we choose compassion and empathy, the amazing healing that could be experienced by us all. One thing is clear is that it's up to us to choose how we show up in this world. And the choices that we make will create the experience that we receive in return. It also seems clear to me that we all need each other. We need to support each other. We need to create together a world that we all want to live in. This year is when we turn intention into action. Let's get out there and enjoy life. Spirit impresses me often with the message that we need to embrace is the message that comes from our own inner being, our own heart. That's where the real power lies, to bring the experience of our heart to the collective consciousness. Listen to the voice in your heart. The kingdom of heaven is within. There are so many different religions and recipes for spiritual practices that the really important one is the practice that we'll actually commit to and that we'll actually practice daily, and that with a real effort and real willingness to consider that there's something we don't know yet, and a willingness to change our beliefs and to evolve our consciousness when we learn something that we didn't know before, or something that changes our mind. We don't have to hold on to old beliefs. We have the capacity to change. And when I'm strong, or when we are strong in our commitment to our own daily practice with Spirit, what we bring to the community and to our circle of friends and peers is a really grounded and stable intention to serve others and to ensuring the success of our community. We come from love, when we come from love, for our fellow humans rather than fear. The differences has been the programming of the past. As the seventh spiritualist principle states, we affirm the moral responsibility of the individual and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. I believe there's real power in the unity of intention. If we are the creators of our own experience, then by using the power of intention, paired with our imagination, we can come together and combine all of our individual energies into greater impact. I'm so very encouraged by the work of Lynn McTaggart. I don't know if you've heard of her. I highly recommend you look her up. Lynn McTaggart was born in 1951 in New York City. She's an American journalist, an author, a publisher, and a lecturer. She's renowned for her work at the intersection of science, consciousness, and alternative medicine. She is particularly known for exploring the power of intention and the interconnectedness of all things. McTaggart has authored several influential books, but for my purposes today, I want to talk about the intention experiment, using your thoughts to change your life and the world. Lynn McTaggart's intention experiment was a global series of studies and has produced intriguing results from across these studies, suggesting that focused group intention may influence physical systems and human behavior. Collaborating with scientists from prestigious universities, Lynn conducted 41 experiments, and 37 of them produced positive effects. Outcomes of her experiments, one called the Peace Intention Experiment that was done in 2008, was a global intention focused on reducing the violence in Sri Lanka, and it coincided with a significant drop in hostilities shortly afterwards. Statistical analysis by a Dr. Jessica Utz indicated that violence levels, which had peaked during the experiment week, fell below expected levels in the following weeks, potentially contributing to the war's end. The Heal America Initiative, experiments targeting high crime areas in Washington, D.C., conducted live via radio broadcasts, were associated with notable decreases in violence. These studies were designed with the input from scientists like Dr. Gary Schwartz and a Dr. Roger Nelson, aiming to assess the impact of collective intention on urban crime rates. And then there's the water and plant experiments. Collaborations with researchers such as Dr. Rustam Roy and Dr. Gary Swartz explored whether intention could alter water's molecular structure or accelerate seed germination. Some experiments reported measurable changes, suggesting that intention might influence biological and physical systems. Beyond external outcomes, participants often reported personal transformations following these experiments. Many experienced improved relationships, emotional healing, and a heightened sense of purpose. This phenomenon, termed the mirror effect, implies that directing positive intentions toward others can reflect back, fostering personal well-being. Here in the SCSCMA, we teach and certify healing mediums, and a large part of that practice is practicing absentee healing, or using the power of our clear, pure, energetic intention to transmit healing where it's needed at a distance. Lynn McTaggart also wrote a book called The Power of Eight. The core message is that small groups of people, specifically groups of 8, can harness the power of collective intention to create healing and transformation, not just for others, but also for themselves. There are a few takeaways from that experiment, and one was that group intention amplifies power. When 8 or more people focus their intention together in a loving, focused way, the effects are greater than the sum of the individual intentions. McTaggart found this repeatedly in her experiments. Anyone can do it. If you don't need to be spiritual, you don't need to be religious, or even believe in energy healing. The technique is accessible and it's effective from all people of all walks of life. It's easy and it's structured simply. The process involves focused intention, visualization, and group coherence. So what can we do as individuals to ensure that we successfully navigate this period of such profound change on Earth? With the power of our intention, there are some things that we can do to make this journey easier. We can acknowledge and we can accept and recognize that change is happening. Don't deny it or delay your reaction. Acceptance early can really be a lot less stressful. Acknowledge your feelings. Allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with change, whether they're good or bad. Trying to ignore them won't help in the long run. Accept that what you cannot control. Focus on your energy and what you can influence rather than the dwelling on the things outside your control. Let go of the past. Acknowledge what you are leaving behind before you can embrace the new. Very important is practice self-care. Prioritize your physical health. Ensure that you're getting enough sleep, you're eating a balanced diet, and you're engaging in regular exercise. Engage in relaxation techniques. Practice mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing exercises, and yoga to calm the mind and the body. Pursue hobbies and interests. Make time for activities that you enjoy. Creative outlets can be particularly helpful from processing emotions. Maintain a sense of humor. Laughter can elevate your mood and help you keep things in perspective. Also, building and utilizing a strong support system can be very helpful. Reach out to your loved ones, connect with family and friends, or trusted confidants for emotional support and practical advice. Consider support groups. Joining groups with others going through similar challenges can provide valuable connections and understanding. Seek professional help if needed. Don't hesitate to consult a therapist or a counselor for guidance and coping strategies. Adopt mindful mindset, helpful mindsets. Focus on the short term. Break down those overwhelming changes into smaller, manageable steps, and focus on what you can do right now. Reframe negative thoughts by thinking patterns. Challenge negative thinking patterns and try to look for situations where you can be more realistic and hopeful. You can view change as an opportunity for growth, or you can look for potential benefits and learning experiences within these transitions. You can practice gratitude. Regularly acknowledge the good things in your life, no matter how small. Set realistic expectations for your goals. Avoid overwhelming yourself by unachievable goals by celebrating the small victories. Creating routines, structure and routine can provide comfort, and a sense of control during uncertain times. Practice self-compassion. Be kind and understanding to yourself. This is a period of adjustment. You can prepare when possible. If you see change coming, take steps to prepare yourself mentally or practically. We can make a plan. We can outline the necessary steps that we need to navigate the changes. And we can stay focused. Stay focused on energy on your current responsibilities and tasks. And seeking information, actively learn about the changes that you're facing, because in so doing, you're empowering yourself by making informed decisions. So remember that adjusting to any major life changes takes time. Be patient with yourself and allow yourself the space to adapt to your new reality. We're all in this period of transformation together. It's not easy for people to embrace change. But if we allow our consciousness to be raised and expanded by the very process of going through these changing experiences, we begin to see and recognize the truth of our being, and that we are all divine beings within, from Source. If someone triggers you and you lose your peace, thank them for showing you where you still have healing within. When we heal within, what we radiate is healing. No words are needed. The vibrations speaks for you. I believe in forgiveness. The act of forgiveness is to release the energetic burden that is still carried when we have not forgiven another for some hurtful issue. Not that I condone the act, but the act itself of carrying that pain is something that the person can gain liberation from by simply forgiving. What a wonderful world could be created if we were unified in our intention toward peace. My hope and dream for my community is that during this time of revelations and new beginnings, that we're willing to heal ourselves and to have the intention to serve the healing of others. So summing up my point, let's all do our own intention experiment. Let's all send out love and well wishes to others and watch how it changes us. I love to bring people together for healing ceremony, and that's one thing I do here is the Sacred Alchemy Moon Circle. I would invite you all to come with us and participate if it's something that speaks to you. I facilitate that each month, and we celebrate each other's success. We appreciate the power of healing that we build together. And although there are many classes here, I would encourage you to find a healing class if that speaks to you. My own healing development class is on hold right now, but we'll get going again. And the synergy that we create together is really the thing I want to leave with you today, is that it is so important. And I believe that we can all benefit from that if we just make the effort to come together. So I want to thank you all for your kind attention this morning, and I send angels with my intention to you as you enjoy the rest of your beautiful day. Thank you.